All right, everybody, welcome to MKPJ Party Monday and our Hydrasession Happiness event. We do this once a quarter. Thank you, Kim, so much for being on screen with me. We are excited to hang with you guys for our quarterly Hydrasession event. And if you're maybe joining us for the first time, or maybe you hang with us once a quarter to do this with all the products, then I kind of want to give you an overview of what's going on. And we're going to dive in and have some fun. It is something that we do, like I said, once a quarter. So it happens on the last Monday in March, the last Monday in June, the last Monday in September, and the last Monday in December. So we're excited to be with you. And I'm just going to kind of go through what we're going to do, show you what we have in front of us as full-sized. If your consultant sent you samples, you may not have all the things, but we're going to show you and walk you through what is a true Hydrasession. And then whatever you don't have, don't panic. It's going to be fine. Okay. As long as you have Mary Kay products in front of you, all Mary Kay products can work with all Mary Kay products. The one thing that I will say, I always have to do the legal disclaimers, right? My regular job is that I'm a lawyer. So one thing is that we're going to be using all different products in one sitting. If you have sensitive skin, we'll let you know when we get to some of the items that you may want to use on your hand only. In addition, if you're here and you're about to use things you've never used before, because we're using them all in conjunction. So for example, if you're on and you're like, I've done charcoal mask individually, I've done microderm individually, I've done revealing radiance facial peel individually, you're fine. But if this is the first time you're doing any of it, well, let's just pause. And I'm going to suggest to you that you just watch. If you have not done any of those products individually, just watch and then book an appointment with your consultant to try all those individually before our next beauty experience next quarter. Okay. Next Hydrasession. But if you've done at least one or two, you're fine to continue forward with us. Just keep in mind, we're going to be using all Mary Kay products, and we know those products can be used together. This is an ultra exfoliating treatment and should not be done more than once every 3 months. That's why we do it all together once a quarter to work with you on that. Each product can be used individually on separate nights as part of your regular skincare regimen. And as we go through, we'll remind you of how we use them and when we use them. Mary Kay products, as I said, are meant to work together even across different lines. I do not recommend trying the super exfoliation treatment with other lines and mixing and mingling. So if you're at home right now and you're saying, I have everything Mary Kay except I'm missing the Mary Kay charcoal mask, I'm going to just use my random charcoal mask, I'm going to highly recommend that you not do that. Okay. I hope that you got samples from your consultant. If you didn't, no worries. Just hang out with us and follow along. You can take notes. You can feel free to ask questions in the comments, and we're going to dive in. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Kimberly Brown. Kimberly Brown, it is 30 degrees in Central Florida. 30. I know. Okay. How is it in Ohio? All right. Kim's going to tell us how it is.
Only I can unmute. I think my computer might be frozen. If it were 30 degrees here, everybody would be outside in Dukes and a half shirt.
Oh my goodness.
It's been sub-zero for probably 4 days. We've been hovering around -15 to -10 wind chill. But today we're having a heat wave. It's like 12 degrees outside. Yay.
Yeah, Did it snow for Christmas then?
It's too cold to snow.
It's too cold to snow. It was just cold.
Yep, just cold.
That's pretty awful. Not gonna lie.
Not fun.
Yeah. All righty then. I was yes with my 30 degrees. I did ask. Yep. I set myself up for that. All right.
Do it.
Well, let's talk about what we have in front of us, okay? So items you want to have near you. First of all, you might want to have a pen and paper near you because we're going to go through a lot of things. And so you're going to want to keep track of what you like, how things feel, what you may want to get from your beauty consultant as we go through. Okay. You remember that from your beauty consultant, you can order directly with her. We offer no contact delivery options, so she's got your back. All right. So I'm just going to show you what I've got in front of me. Of course, I have all full-size products. You may have samples. You may not have samples of this stuff. It's fine. So first and foremost, I have water. Yay. Okay. So you're going to want to be maybe watching us from your kitchen sink or have water near you or around you. I have a washcloth that can get wet. All right. product wise, these are the bulk of the products we're going to go through. And again, you may or may not have gotten all of these products from your consultant. Don't worry about it if you didn't. Some things we're just going to show you. Some things, again, you may or may not have in front of you. Totally, totally fine. All right. So the products that really we go through in a Hydra session are as follows. Eye makeup remover. We're also going to show you some micellar water today. Our Timewise Volume Firm Cleanser, that's part of our Timewise repair line. If you're on and you normally use the Timewise 3D line, your consultant may not have sent you a Volume Firm repair cleanser if she knows you have the 3D. But with a Hydra session, it is really meant for the repair cleanser to be used. We're going to use the Microdermabrasion Refine. Microdermabrasion comes in 2 steps. We're only going to use the first step, Refine, this evening. We're going to use the charcoal mask. Okay, so you may have a charcoal mask sample with you or a full-size charcoal mask. We are going to use the Satin Lips Scrub along with the Satin Lips Balm. We're going to use Revealing Radiance Facial Peel. Have that as well. We're going to use our Hydrogel Eye Patches. So we've got the full size of the eye patches with us. You may have samples of that. This is one thing I know that if you're only using samples you don't have, we're going to use our naturally nourishing oil. We cannot mail samples of these, so we do not send you samples of this. So you'll just trust us as to how awesome it is when we get to that part. Okay. And then we're going to close it all out with our renewing gel mask. Okay, this is the only mask we have that you can sleep with right now. And so we have that. And you can also do an eye cream if you so choose. Okay, you guys, so as we go on, we're going to have fun. We're going to get to know each other. You're going to get to know us. Make sure to say hello in the comments so that we can all have fun and dive in. All right. So first and foremost, let's start where we always start. If you've ever hung out with us on MKPJ Party Monday, we always start with eye makeup remover and micellar water. And so Kim's going to walk us through our eye makeup remover and micellar water. It is some of our favorite things that you need, whether or not, like today, Kim has a full face of makeup on, but I had a full on New Year's getting ready for planning day and no makeup on whatsoever. And now I'm hanging out with all of y'all. So regardless, I still need my eye makeup remover and my micellar water. So Kim, take us through it.
Yes, ma'am. I do have on a full face. I just got finished doing a makeup sesh with 2 young ladies. And so we started with the eye makeup remover. So whether you have a sample, a full size, or if you're just watching, you saw me shake it up really, really good just to kind of get those products mixed together. It's really very simple, and I've got lashes everywhere, so just ignore those. Big difference, right? So it's really just silicone and water. And so we want to shake it up so that they mix, and we put them on our cotton rounds because the flatness of those cotton rounds versus a cotton ball means that there is less eye makeup remover on the cotton and more of it where you want it, which is on your eye. So again, I've got on a whole bunch of makeup. So I am going to move on to the next step in our pre-cleanse, which is the micellar water. So micellar water is basically magnetic water. It's a pre-cleanse that is designed to not only take off makeup, but also to just take off surface area, dirt, dust, grime, pollen, smog, car exhaust, blah, 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 sweat. You know how you go to the gym and you're kind of sweaty, and then when it's over, you're a little crusty. That may not be the adjective that you choose to use, but you get my point. And for me, of course, it is taking off the makeup that I put on so that when it's time for me to go in with my cleanser, I don't have to use so much cleanser because my cleanser is cleaning my face and not all of this makeup. So I've got CC cream and silky setting powder and concealer all off. So
okay, I did put on a little makeup to do a live. I forgot. So I'm like, why is there soap? But I did put on a little makeup.
Okay, good. We match.
Forgot about that.
All right. So once we finish doing that pre-cleanse, then we get to jump into our first step, which is cleanser.
All right. So we're going to use our Timewise Repair Cleanser. As I mentioned, many of you may have worked with us through Timewise Repair. You know that Mary Kay has several different skincare lines, and our Timewise Repair line is our preeminent anti-aging line for people that have started to see lines and wrinkles and want to help minimize them. So our Timewise 3D cleanser is a 4-in-1 cleanser where you cleanse, exfoliate, tone, and brighten. The repair cleanser, it's called our Voluform cleanser, is really used for Hydrasessions because all of the Timewise repair lines have hyaluronic acid in them. And a lot of what we do in the Hydrasession involves that. It is a really moisture-rich cleanser. Why is that? As we age, one of the first things we tend to lose is moisture, okay? And so this is a moisture-rich cleanser that really adds the moisture back into your skin. It feels so good. If this is your first time using it, like I told you before, all Mary Kay lines can mix and match. I'm a Timewise 3D girl for most things, but I love my repair facial cleanser. So I still use Timewise 3D day and night and eye cream, but I love using my foaming facial cleanser. I'm going to use my fingers this evening because we're doing so many things. I'm not going to use the brush, but traditionally, if this was just a normal night where I was doing my normal skincare regime, I would do my brush, but I sometimes find when I do a Hydrasession, when I micro, when I charcoal mask, and I do my Revealing Radiance facial peel, the brush is too much for me. All right, so do you guys see how nice and foamy the Timewise foaming facial cleanser get? You'll notice that before we put our cleanser on, of course, we wet our face before you do any type of cleanser, no matter what line, no matter whether or not it's Mary Kay. You always want to make sure your face is nice and wet, and then it gets nice and foamy, you guys, all right? I just wet my fingers to give it a little bit of extra foam. Kim is using her brush. Feels so good, smells so good, no added fragrances, but all of our products are plant-based, okay? And so the fragrance you do smell, if this is the first time you've ever used the Timewise Repair, is the natural fragrance of the plant coming through. So we're gonna go ahead and spread it all over our skin as part of our beginning steps of the exfoliation part of our super exfoliation, super hydrating Hydrasession. And now, once you're ready, you've done your cleansing, you're going to gently remove your cleanser from your face and your neck. Like Kim said, because we did our micellar water pre-wash, our cleanser is getting to do the work of a cleanser. I'm wearing a turtleneck because it's, freezing cold to me in Florida. But I normally, of course, anything I do on my face, I do on my neck, especially when we're talking anti-aging. Don't want to ever end up with a young face and an old neck, okay? Whew. Now we did our cleanser. Now we get to jump in to our next product, which is our Microdermabrasion Refine. Now, many of you, if you've been with us before, you're like, Farrah, one thing I always hear you say is don't ever micro on the same night that you charcoal, and don't ever charcoal on the same night that you facial peel. From what you just said at the beginning, we're about to do all of them. That's why we mentioned your Hydrasession is only done once quarterly. On a typical Monday, on Mondays, I micro. So microdermabrasion is something you work in once a week if you're using it generally. So on a typical Monday night, I would be microing and moving on, right? But today, because it's our quarterly Hydrasession, we're going to do it all. So Kim, go ahead and walk us through the Microdermabrasion Refine.
So we are getting started with that exfoliation step. So if you're using full size, obviously you know what it looks like. It's a cutesy little thing here, and it's with everything else, a little goes an incredibly long way. If you're using a sample, go ahead and take out just a small amount. Farrah's doing 5 dots, but very similar to how Farrah skipped the using her Skin Vigorate brush this time. I am not going to do the micro all over. I'm doing it in the places where I know that I typically have clogged pores or those little black dots, or, just different areas where I've got a level of texture that I want to really address here today. And I've got more sensitive skin. So on a day like today, where we're doing a full Hydrasession, I am going to just use my fingers. But again, like Farrah said, on my day of the week where I do my microdermabrasion, I just go ahead and put that on my Skin Vigorate brush as well. And it works beautifully, and it's one-stop shopping because I can put it together with my cleanser. So that is awesome. These are Now I
Aluminum
can't.
oxide.
Thank you. Okay, great. Because I was about to say activated charcoal. We're not there yet. Aluminum oxide crystals. And what does that mean? It sounds like a whole bunch, but it's really not. It means that they are super, super teeny, teeny, tiny little micro beads. And why do they need to be so small? Because they're getting up in those pores. They are going underneath and inside and scooping out all of the yuck, all of the bacteria, all of the debris that then will turn into texture, fine lines, wrinkles, acne, blackheads, whiteheads, and all of the things, or just kind of a general dullness that you might experience on your skin. The other cool thing about these aluminum oxide crystals is that unlike a lot of other physical exfoliants, they're perfectly round. They're like little teeny tiny spheres. And that's pretty cool because what that means is that as it is rubbing on and under the top layer surface of your skin, it's not scratching and tearing it up and kind of interrupting that natural barrier that protects our skin from the elements. They're nice and round, and your pores are nice and round. So you're fitting a round little doohickey into your round pores, and it just fits. So we're taking our time and really, really making sure that we are thoroughly, thoroughly rinsing off this microdermabrasion, because the other thing about these little teeny tiny, perfect little round beads is that you'll find that it sometimes takes 2, if not 3 rinse offs to get everything off. So you want to make sure you take your time and get that off. Otherwise, you'll be rubbing microdermabrasion in for the rest of the night, and we don't want that.
I love it. So true. Okay, you guys. Now we're going to do our charcoal mask. Typically, remember on Mondays we micro, on Wednesdays we charcoal. Today, as part of our Hydrasession, we're doing our charcoal mask next. Before we do that, I do want to do our satin lips. Okay, so we're going to do 2 parts of the satin lips. Remember, right now the Hydrasession opens with all your exfoliating products. Those exfoliating products are the microdermabrasion, like Kim just mentioned. We're also going to do our satin lip scrub. This is a sugar scrub, so if you have it, it tastes really good. If you have little beauty jars, they're probably labeled lips 1 and lip 2. I'm just going to use my pointer finger and I rub. Especially now as it's winter time, pretty much all over America. This satin lip scrub is great to get rid of the dead, dry skin on your lips. If you live somewhere it's cold all the time, you definitely need it all the time, even during the summer. I will use my satin lips regularly. Okay, we're going to actually leave this on as the same time we have our mask on. When I'm doing a regular satin lips night, I don't have to leave it on that long, but we're doing a Hydrasession, so we're going to leave it on for a while and let it really rock in and sink in. Okay, so let's move on to charcoal mask. All right, so typically on Wednesdays we charcoal. All right, charcoal actually has a magnetic property to it, and it acts like a magnet and pulls at everything that's on the surface of your skin that's not supposed to be there. So like Kim mentioned, with our microdermabrasion beads, we basically kind of scrubbed out our pores. We brought some stuff up to the surface. Now with our charcoal mask, we're going to pull that off like a magnet off the surface of our skin. One of the things that I absolutely love about our Mary Kay charcoal mask, you guys, it is a wipe off, not a peel away. All right. So you literally apply it. When you're looking at purchasing masks, the 2 most important things are how easy does it go on and how easily does it come off. You'll notice that Kim and I are both applying our charcoal mask, and we'll apply all the mask we use for the rest of our time together this evening with a masking brush. Prevents a lot of messiness on your hands, all over the products, all over. Just makes it so much easier to use. I'm coming down to the wire on my charcoal mask here, so this is so fun. So we got to do as if I don't have a full store of charcoal mask. We're going to get all the charcoal mask out of here, okay? All right, so I love this. Smells so good. You can feel it like as you're putting it on your skin, the mint opening up your pores. Our Mary Kay charcoal mask has a little bit of honeysuckle and navy bean extract. Navy bean is great for evening out your skin tone. So a full Mary Kay skincare regime that includes Mondays we micro, Wednesdays we charcoal, Fridays is facial peel Friday is really great as a skincare regime to help even out your skin combined with your regular skincare. Because microdermabrasion, of course, helps to get rid of that dead, dry skin by doing a super exfoliation. And then your charcoal mask has that navy bean extract and that activated charcoal. Okay, so our charcoal mask, we got to let it dry, of course. While we let it dry, I'm going to let Kim introduce herself to you. I'll tell you a little bit more about me while we have our Revealing Radiance facial peel on. But Kim's going to tell you a little bit more about her and her journey. Just tell us a little bit about you, Kim. How did you even come to be here doing a Mary Kay thing in December? Tell us all about it.
And so unexpected. 2 years ago, I got invited to an event just like this one by my very dear friend whose birthday it is today. And I used the products and heard about the business opportunity and thought, I mean, what do I have to lose? I could certainly use a second stream of income, and a couple extra dollars in my pocket every day, every week, every month wouldn't hurt either. So I decided to give it a shot. And here I am a little over 2 years later, having kind of stepped into this with zero experience doing anything related to sales. I was very much into skincare and cared very much about that. So that was a really nice draw on my end. But I've never done anything like this before. So it was a little strange, a little scary, kind of a wait, what moment for me. Also, I'm not shy, but I don't really do a whole lot of talking to other people. I do kind of talk for a living though. So me coming in during the pandemic really kind of helped to ease that path into being able to interact with people in person as well as behind a camera where I'm most comfortable because I can kind of hide. So I've got a full-time job. I work for the public school system here in Cleveland, Ohio, where again, we're having a heat wave. And I've got a really demanding job. So like there's times when I'm working 60 hours a week and it is just absolutely nonstop. And what's been really cool is just like I heard in the very beginning, true to form, there was a freedom and a flexibility that was being offered in this second stream of income that has definitely held true. So there are times like now, I mean, I'm off. I took 2 weeks vacation because, but I have the opportunity to work my Mary Kay business as much as I want. But the times like at the beginning of the month when I'm planning events for work, I didn't have that much time. So I love the fact that it's still waiting for me when I get back. My team is still here, waiting for me to get back, waiting for me to just kind of jump back in and pick up where I left off. And the fun of it all really is this fellowship, this community. I can't see you guys at this point. I can't even see Farah, but I know she's there. She's always there. And my sisters are always there in good times and bad, whether we're dealing with work or we're dealing with life. There is a comfort and a joy in knowing that we've got this beautiful community and we are all kind of moving towards the same goal, no matter how different the path may look, no matter what the explicitly stated goal may be for each of us.
Oh, that was so beautifully stated. Thank you, Kim. Yes, I was here sneezing up a storm. So that was so beautifully stated. I just love, to me, one of the things that sticks out about Mary Kay is people's stories, right? Didn't you just love hearing a little bit about Kim's story? And we have a few more minutes to wait for our mask to dry. So while we do that, we're going to share and hear a little bit about Jen's Mary Kay story as well. So take a listen in as we wait for our mask to finish drying. Okay.
This is Jen, and this is Jen's story, or at least partly Jen's story. Jen is 28, lives in Atlanta, loves a good story, has a fulfilling job, and an excellent bunny. Jen is convinced there has to be a fun and flexible way to enrich my life. What convinced her was hearing Kathy's story. Kathy actually lives in Charlotte, has 2 kids, 1 very active puppy, and a husband who loves to travel but doesn't like heights. Kathy set up a meeting in the neighboring state because after starting her business, working her business, and growing her business, she was ready to expand her business, which is kind of like growing it, but more, expansive. Which probably leads you to the question, what business? That's the same question Jen had. So Kathy told her the Mary Kay Ash story, the story of how Kathy built a business that fits into her life. See, Kathy wanted to have flexibility. She wanted time with her family and a fulfilling business. Why not both? Now she gets to sell high-quality products, earning up to 50% on items sold at suggested retail. She has more time for fun with her kids and husband, doing the things they love. But those are stories for another time. Then Kathy told Jen, "My story is just a continuation of a lot of other stories." Mary Kay Ash's story, the story of the amazing products made to the highest safety and quality standards, and the stories of the millions of women who have come before, like the woman who first invited Kathy to take a look at starting a Mary Kay business, Christina. Christina's story is very different to Kathy's. While Kathy wanted more time at home, Christina was a full-time nurse who wanted to do everything in her power to assist her community. That meant taking care of her mom, her aunt, and lending a helping hand to anyone in her family that needs it. Christina's story is all about helping her family and her community. And then Christina told her story to Kathy, and Kathy seized the opportunity to build a fun, flexible business that fits her life. She started having meetings, telling the Mary Kay Ash story, telling Christina's story, telling her own story, and her own city, then the city next to her city, then the state next to her state. And eventually she told her story to Jen, who, as we've stated, loves a good story. But she had questions too. What if I don't have the skills I need? That's another thing I love about my Mary Kay business. You may be in business for yourself, but you are never by yourself. And it allows you to be who you want to be. So that's the story. That's the story. That's a good story. Jen loves a good story. I think I said that already. Which is when Jen decided to start her own Mary Kay story, which is also in part Kathy's story, and Christina's story, and Mary Kay Ash's story, which leads to the question, what's your story? Are you ready to find out if starting a Mary Kay business can give you the chance to make a little extra money on the side while working a business that just fits into your life? The flexibility allows you to balance and prioritize what's most important to you: faith, family, career, whatever's important to you. Ask yourself, is this opportunity for me? Talk to an independent beauty consultant or go to marykay.com and find out if it's time to start your own Mary Kay business.
All right. I love that. Just love hearing the stories. Yes. Okay. So let us know in the comments what stuck out to you about Kim's story or Jen's story. And while you guys are doing that, it is now time to take our charcoal mask off, along with, remember, we had our satin lips on. So we're going to gently remove our charcoal mask. I mean, remember I told you when we were putting it on, when you're looking at a mask, the two main questions are, how easily does it go on and how easily does it come off? And so our charcoal mask comes off so easily. It's one of my favorite things. I don't know if you guys have ever seen YouTube videos of people like peeling off masks and losing eyebrows and crying and in pain. It's just awful, right? And so we are not having any of that. So I absolutely just love how my charcoal mask feels as I take it off, and really how all of the products feel on my skin. I will tell you, you guys, one of the things when I first started my Mary Kay business, I'll tell you a little bit more of my story in a minute when we have our Revealing Radiance facial peel on, but I just wasn't a skincare person. Unlike Kim, I was not into skincare, barely washed my face, certainly never wore makeup. And one of the things that impressed me the most about Mary Kay, I hadn't tried the products before I started the business. Okay. Very honestly, right? I hadn't really tried the products. I tried microdermabrasion. I purchased it on the spot. But other than that, I hadn't tried any of the products. Oh, my lips smell so good. But as I've had the opportunity, when you're a Mary Kay brand ambassador, you make 50% on everything that you sell. And so that allows me the opportunity to really dig in and try all the products because I get them at half off. And I've just been so impressed with the quality of the products as we've gone along. So that's been one of my favorite things. You guys, when you take your mask off, you feel like your skin is just breathing and amazing. Your pores are even more wide open. This is what I love about the Hydrasession. Because we did our microdermabrasion before the charcoal mask, our pores are so nice and wide open. The charcoal mask drew out even more. And you feel like, your skin is breathing. Okay, so I absolutely love that. Okay. Now we're going to do two of our other favorite things, which is our Hydrogel Eye Patches, along with our Revealing Radiance Facial Peel. So Kim, go ahead and take us through the Hydrogel Eye Patches, how to put them on, what they're all about, all of that fun stuff.
So this is one of my favorite parts of Hydrasession. This whole next section here is like my jam. So the Hydrogel Eye Patches are a supplement but for your eyes. So the same way that on Mondays we micro, on Wednesdays we charcoal, on Friday is facial peel Friday, and on Sunday we pink mask. The same thing holds true for our eye care. So you've heard us say before, if you're over the age of 18, you should be using an eye cream every single day. And I use mine twice a day because I don't have time to be playing games with these under eye and side eye situations over here. But the other thing that I do a few times a week is these juicy, wonderful, delicious hydrogel eye patches. They are a supplement, so they're not to be used every day, but they're really, really awesome at hydrating that eye area. It's a whole suspension, glycerin, just boost of moisture, and trying to get them apart without putting two on at the same time is proving to be difficult, even with my handy dandy spatula. So if you've got a full size, you know what I mean. If you're using a sample, you're like, why is she having such a hard time? Well, because they're all judged together in there, especially because I put my patches on this morning and I put mine in the refrigerator. So they are in there in a whole bear hug. So we put them on with the big side on the outside so that all those areas where we get the little fine lines, so that those can get some good attention, and all that good juiciness is helping to keep not only fine lines and wrinkles at bay, but also discoloration if you get circles, and also swelling and puffiness that can sometimes happen maybe if you don't get enough rest, or it could even be hereditary. So these are our patches. We leave them on for 20 minutes, just like with our mask.
Yay! Okay, awesome, you guys. Now we're going to do our Revealing Radiance Facial Peel. And this actually is also on, when I do Revealing Radiance Facial Peel, I almost always do my Hydrogel Eye Patches. This is probably the strongest mask that we're going to do. It is a glycolic facial peel. All right, so I'm putting just like a couple pumps on my brush and spreading it over. When you apply it, you're going to feel tingling, which is normal. Burning bad, tingling good. Okay, so if it's burning, let us know that, or take it off. But if it's tingling, that's totally fine. It's working. Okay, all right. So I love my Revealing Radiance Facial Peel. I don't want it anywhere near my eyes. So typically, remember, on Mondays I micro, on Wednesdays I charcoal, on Fridays is Facial Peel Fridays, and on Facial Peel Fridays will also be Hydrogel Eye Patch Fridays. On Friday nights, I typically really take some time for my skin, and I do my renewing gel mask, which we're going to close up this because that facial peel is a bit strong. I love it. The tingling, really, the facial peel is great, and it's in the Timewise repair line because it is really great for reducing the appearance of those fine lines and wrinkles on our skin. My patches are there protecting my eye area, and I'm just spreading it on. You'll feel the little bit of tingling as it's going on, and then eventually you will feel that that wears away with our Revealing Radiance Facial Peel. This is the last step in the exfoliation portions of the Hydrasession, and Hydrogel Eye Patches are actually part of the hydrating portion, really, in reality. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, you got to hear a little of Kim's story. So as we wait for our Revealing Radiance Facial Peel to dry, I will share with you a little bit of my Mary Kay journey. I started my Mary Kay business about, going into, as we're moving into 2023, you guys, we're moving into 15 years of my journey, and I can't believe it. Time has flown by. It really, truly has been a privilege and a pleasure to represent Mary Kay as a brand ambassador. And if you knew me before, I was like candidate least likely to start a Mary Kay business. I was not necessarily a people person. I was practicing law. I was working for a large law firm at the time that I started. At that time, I was married to husband number one, and I was actually in the midst kind of going through a divorce, which is what led me, one of the factors that led to my Mary Kay business, because I was going to have a reduction of income, not having my ex-husband's income anymore. I never thought I would do Mary Kay full time or anything. I just figured, hey, this is way more fun than being a lawyer. And I met my now national sales director, who at that time was the youngest national sales director in Mary Kay history. I had gone to high school with her. She was somebody that I trusted that if she could make this business work, then I could probably make it work too. And so much to my mother's dismay, I decided to go ahead and start a Mary Kay business while at the same time I was working for a large law firm, teaching Sunday school at my church. I think my grandfather died shortly after I started my Mary Kay business in 2009 when I was 29. And so it was wild, and I absolutely loved it. I have loved the personal development and the woman that I've become in the process. Truly, even if nobody paid me to build my Mary Kay business, the woman that I've become in the process of building it has been amazing. I've learned, I've gained better speaking skills. I've gained better goal setting skills. I've gained a better goal missing skills. What do you mean by that, Farah? I have learned how to gracefully pick myself up for going after something and maybe not hitting it, but learning to grab the lesson and keep on moving. And that is a skill. That is something that sometimes people don't know how to do anymore, right? And so throughout the years, the skills that I've gained in Mary Kay to support me in building a Mary Kay business have not only helped me within Mary Kay, but they've also helped me in all of my other pursuits and all of my other endeavors. You know that as women, we do all the things, right? We are sisters, and we are mothers, and we are girlfriends, and we are daughters, and we are granddaughters and cousins. We make the Christmas magic happen, right? And so all of the things, the level of personal growth and development I've gained through my Mary Kay business has just been amazing. And also, you guys, getting the opportunity to represent Mary Kay, the woman who built this company. She was an actual woman who actually started this business over 60 years ago. Can you believe it? It's just so exciting, and built the company on the principles of faith first, family second, career third. And that impressed me, because when I was a corporate lawyer in corporate America, that was definitely not the motto. So it is just my opinion that everybody needs a Mary Kay beauty consultant in their life. Everybody, I think, should give Mary Kay a try as a business, whether for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And we've got a few minutes left while we're letting our facial peel dry. So I mentioned to you that it's my belief that everybody needs a Mary Kay consultant in their life. And you say, Farah, why do you say that? Well, let's find out, okay? Because your Mary Kay consultant, her answer to everything will always be, I can do that. Okay.
Wish your products were delivered with care? I can do that.
Do you happen to have my foundation on hand? I have a cameras on presentation tomorrow. Meanwhile, baby girl just discovered the wonders of finger painting. Please tell me you have my shade and can get it to me tonight.
I can do that.
Really?
Yes, girl, I got you.
Thank you so much.
I can do that.
I adore my daily skincare routine, but kind of feel like my complexion needs something a little extra. Can you make any recommendations?
I can do that. What are you experiencing?
Mommy, you look like Nana.
Just some general blawness.
Say no more. Samples are en route to your door.
You're the best.
Hi, I need to return this.
Ma'am, I cannot accept this. It's been used.
Wanna try before you buy? I can do that.
Ugh.
Hey, girl. It's probably not as bad as you think. It's awful. I was attempting a new look and ended up resembling a rabid raccoon. Have no fear. I can help you discover a brand new look that will complement your unique skin tone and features. You can do that. I can do that. Want to support a small business? You can do that.
I just love that because I think it really embodies like what we do as Mary Kay brand ambassadors. And we have fun and we get to make our own schedule and we get to serve the people. So that is one of my favorite things. Okay. So you guys, it is now time to take your Revealing Radiance facial peel off along with your Hydrogel eye patches. So of course we're going to peel our eye patches off first. So cooling. Look, I ripped mine. And then we're going to take those off. And again, even though the facial peel has the word peel in it, it's very confusing, but it's not a peel, okay? It is still just like our other mask. We're simply going to wipe it right off. Ooh, I'm using a nice warm washcloth to wipe off my facial peel, and it just feels amazing. And you can literally, I'm just looking at your skin, Kim, looking at my own skin, and I love these quarterly Hydrasession events because it is everything your skin needs as you're moving into the new year. Can't you just feel yourself like, I release 2022. I'm going to peel it right off, okay? And leave behind all the things of 2022 and move on. This next year is going to be the best year of our lives. I'm confident we're going to speak it out. And we've learned and we've grown. What an interesting year and years it has been over the past 2 to 3 years, right, you guys? And so as we peel, remove this Revealing Radiance facial peel, we can just feel ourselves removing the layers of whatever has happened this year, whether good or bad, whether it was to be celebrated or whether it was to be learned from, and moving into our new year with a level of newness. Okay, that was your philosophical moment for the day, and I don't know where it came from. But that's literally how I feel as I do my Hydrasession. It's like, yeah, you got to do something big to just get rid of everything that once a quarter, and I love this year-end one. Okay, we have literally, in just a few minutes, done our deep exfoliation with our Microderm. We've done our charcoal mask, acted like a magnet. We've done our glycolic facial peel, our hydrogel eye patches. Now we did a whole bunch of exfoliation. Whenever you exfoliate, you must hydrate. So now we're going to move into the fully hydrating part of our time together. So Kim's going to walk us through our Shea Butter Lip Balm along with our nourishing oil. All right. Thanks, Kim. Take us through it.
So next steps are going to juicy it all up and make it all make sense. So first up is our second step of the Satin lips. And this is going to be in a beauty jar. Unless you have full size, it'll probably say lips 2. And just go ahead and put that on like you would any other lip balm. You'll notice immediately that it is awesome. Yeah, we can all agree that it is fantastic. And there's so many things that make it stand out, but one of the things that really stands out for me personally, as I kind of started my journey and discovered Satin lips, I was a lip balm junkie and constantly in search for like, what should I be using? What's the right thing? What makes this one so good and so just eternally hydrating in it is that it doesn't have any kind of alcohol in it. So it's not drying your lips out and just coating it with wax. It's actually putting some moisture in there, which is what you want, especially after exfoliating. So next up is our nourishing oil from our Naturally line. And this is the one thing that we can't send you as a sample, but the one thing that you should really have in your life. I'm just putting 2 drops there together in my hand and just going to gently put that all over. Now, again, this is in the Naturally line. So all of the ingredients are natural. The carrier oil is a sweet almond oil. It's also got a dab of jojoba in there, along with some other active naturals that are really, really good, high emollient, and not only really great for skin, but wonderful for cuticles and the rest of your body as well. I, for one, have a really just a whole situation going on with just dryness at my toes and cuticles. So that's where I use that every single day, and it makes a big difference. I know our other sister, Alicia, she uses it for her hair, split ends, scalp, any of those things. It's magic.
Very much so. And so we're gonna, you guys, go on to the last step. It seems like it happened so fast. We're gonna go on to the last step in our time together this evening, which is our moisture renewing gel mask. First of all, I cannot stop touching my face because after you do the Revealing Radiance facial peel and all your other exfoliations, to put on that nourishing oil, you can literally feel your face soaking it in so nicely. And the renewing gel mask is going to put the finishing touches to lock in the moisture. You're going to be amazed at how your skin feels tomorrow evening, right? I just put it on my fingers, but I'm actually going to put on my mask. Okay. And I'm going to put on my renewing gel mask, and it's just a mask. It is the only mask we have that you can sleep with. The name tells it all. It is a gel. It is a mask. And it helps to renew your skin as you're sleeping, okay? You can leave it on for 10 minutes if you don't have the time, but typically on the nights, I typically do them on Friday nights. So on Mondays, I micro, on Wednesdays, I charcoal. On Fridays is facial peel Fridays. On facial peel Fridays, I'm gonna put on my Hydrogel Eye Patches, and then I'm going to sleep with my gel mask. You're going to love how your skin feels in the morning. Especially I love when you do the nourishing oil and then do the gel mask, because you are really just locking in to our most moisture-rich products. Whether you have dry skin or not, I tend to have oily skin, but I still love just the refreshed and renewed feel and look of my skin after a hydra session and after sleeping with that gel mask. You guys are going to love how your skin feels. And we just paint it on, and you guys, we leave it on. And that is your quarterly hydra session event. Oh my gosh, Kim, we did that in record time and we did amazing. So thank you, Kim. Our goal, as we always say, is to make women happy and help them love the skin that we are in. We hope that this has been a blessing to you. I'm going to share with you some of our sets and specials. They're good for the next 24 hours. The Hydra session has its own special sets and its own special items. So let's go ahead and take them. And this is great because it'll also help serve as a recap for what we did today. Okay. So remember, the Hydra session happiness goes into, we have our exfoliating items and we have our hydrating items. So if you did it individually, you have your Voluform cleanser, your Microdermabrasion Refine, your charcoal mask, your satin lip scrub, and your Revealing Radiance facial peel. These are all the items that are part of the exfoliating step, okay? Then you have your nourishing step items, the Hydrogel Eye Patches, your naturally nourishing oil, your moisture renewing gel mask, and the Satin lip balm. We have some extras here we didn't use today. Typically, when I'm doing a hydra session on my own, I would have certainly done my 3-step satin hands treatment, okay, because that is a super nourishing and hydrating experience for your hands as well. And so you can see here today that if you were to get each product individually, all the exfoliating, all the nourishing, and had to put it in, of course, a travel roll-up bag, it would cost you $333. Today, when you take home all your exfoliating line, along with all your nourishing line, you get the travel roll-up bag for free. So your items are going to be $269. Pretty amazing deal, okay? So we are so excited that you guys hung with us this evening. We pray that you have a very happy new year, and this helped you to just wash away the past and get ready to step into the present. Kim, thank you for making sure I was not here by myself and being on this evening. I appreciate you so much. We are so grateful for all of you. If there's any way that we can support you, please let us know. Your consultant is going to reach out to you. We definitely need your opinion, and then I'll be reaching out to you when your consultant lets me know that you watched this evening. Make sure to schedule your 5 minutes with Farah so you can get entered into our $500 monthly cash contest. Where just for giving your opinion of the experience today, whether this has been your 10th time and I'm going to talk to you for the 10th time or whatever it is, every single time you get entered into that cash contest. So Kim, thank you again. Thank you to all the fabulous people that were on with us live or watching the replay, and Happy New Year, everyone. We'll see you in 2023. Bingo next Monday. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Bye-bye.